Ball Facts coming back at you again, and we gonna give you the facts. Today we gotta talk about Lavar Ball. He spills the goods on everything. He talks about Lonzo on the Pelicans. He talks about Alvin Gentry. He talks about Allen forging documents. I mean, he talks about everything you've been wanting to hear. He talks about LiAngelo joining the Illawarra Hawks. I mean, this interview is great. He talks about revolutionizing the game of basketball, trying to take the speed in the NBA up a notch. He's like a visionary, going where other people aren't, where it's not safe. I mean, this guy is just going in, and I'm glad to bring it to you right here on Ball Facts. You guys watch, enjoy, and chop it up with me after this. Let's go.
You being around here, what makes you more comfortable about putting Melo down here, you know, considering everything that you've experienced?
What makes me comfortable, as long as my son's looking comfortable to me. If I see he kind of uptight and don't want to be here, then now it's a little different. But the way he's acting, the things that he's doing, I feel he's in a good spot. So it's good. The people must be very nice out here to him, because I know they're nice to me. So I think the same thing is going through him.
So everything that he's told you on the phone or whatever like that, you know, what's he told you about being down here, and how's his experience
he
been?
Hasn't told me anything about being down here, on the fact that we're not like that. I don't call my son or be like, hey, how you doing? Are the people being nice to you? I'm not sensitive like that. If something is wrong, he'll tell me. If nothing is wrong, there was no news. Just playing basketball and doing what he's supposed to do.
So this is where it's different from your other two sons, where you've always had your hands on a lot of their careers. This has been a bit different, right?
No, it ain't different.
You don't think so?
No, here it is. I consider myself the luckiest guy in the world. What I mean by that, I found a guy who has the same type of thinking aspiration that I have, and has the same insight of my son that I have, which is Jermaine Jackson. He thinks my son to be the best in the world. He know he's something special. He don't worry about the money, but he's in it for my sons. He's doing what's best for my son. And to find somebody like that will leave his family to come deal with my boy 24/7, you can't get that. I had to go all the way to Ohio, Cleveland, Ashtabula to find this guy. I don't know how we met up, but it's crazy how we met. And Melo played for him for 1 year, Aspire, and they created this relationship that's amazing. It's kind of like he treats him like his son.
Yeah, so Jermaine being down here and you being sort of out of the picture a little bit.
But see, I'm not even out of the picture on the fact that Jermaine is my guy. I've been knowing him for a while, but he does everything for me, so we communicate. So it's not like I have my other son, Gelo, who just had surgery. He's getting ready to get in the league. Lonzo is making a different thing going over there to New Orleans. I'm dealing with the Big Baller brand with a new relaunch. So it's a lot of things going on. The show's getting more popular. It's a lot of things where I can't be in one spot like I was before. Time goes on. But I got a guy who I trust in Jermaine that allows me to be very comfortable sitting here talking to you and feeling good that Melo's out here. I'm not gonna leave him by himself. But this guy is just like me being there, so it's good.
So I know you have a person there, but you know, you've been out of the picture, right? The perception is that Jermaine handles a lot of what Melo does.
Everybody, that's what the media gotta say, I'm out the picture. I'm never gonna be out the picture, that's my son.
So that's the thing though. So when I speak with NBA people, for example,
right.
They say that you being out of the picture, at least the perception
of that.
Well,
they have to create their narrative.
But this is legitimately what they're saying, that this is
That's
helping.
That's what I said, they have to create a narrative.
But this is helping Melo's stock.
Melo's stock, you know what's helping Melo's stock?
Tell me.
Let's say, the way he plays, and you guys get to see that. I had a league called the JBA. We traveled all around the world, 14 different countries, playing against grown men and number one teams like this, and beating every one of them. And Melo's having triple doubles like they're going out of style. But they say, oh no, it don't count. They're not playing against nobody. Why? Because it's my league. So he get out here and start doing that, and you guys are like, oh my God, 2 back-to-back triple doubles. That's what I expect out of every game. If you let him play the whole game and let him do what he does. Experience, you can't beat that.
So tell me, what do you make of the standard of play in the NBL and the coaching, and you know how your sons kind of fit into all of that?
My son fits into it now on the fact that whenever you have if you have a coach that really believes in you and lets you do what you do and think that you can win games for him and very successful, that's what's happening now. Now, when you had Aaron Brooks here, some other guys, nobody thinks a kid 18 can come over here and be that special. And it took some time for that coach to be like, you know what? Gotta let this guy go. He's something different. You know, his work ethic is 10 times better than everybody else's, on the fact that I've created that from day one. Because you can't get to this level and be that type of guy. It's so amazing to you guys to be like, he's only 18 every time he do a move. He's 18, but he's been playing basketball for a long time. He's been around the world playing against grown people already, so this is nothing new to him where it's like, oh, I'm fresh out of high school and this is the first time I'm playing against somebody that's 25 or 28. So this is nothing new for Melo. He's just going to keep getting better and better every day, because I told him this, not how much money you make, but if you want to be the best in the world, the best ever, you got a lot of work ahead of you.
Okay, so we're going to talk about best ever.
Yes.
You've had your talk about Michael Jordan. You said Lonzo could be the best ever, because you said someone's got to pass Mike, right?
That's what I always told my boys.
For sure. At this point, do you think that Melo is better than Lonzo was at this age, and Melo has that potential?
Definitely Melo's better than Lonzo was at this age, on the fact that the people that Melo were playing against at 16 was not the same people Lonzo was playing against at 16, 17. I took Melo out of high school. So you're not studying chemistry tests and social studies and all that. You're practicing 24/7. All you're doing is working on basketball. And then I take you around the world in my JBA. And then even in my JBA in the summer, every kid on the team had already graduated. So you're not playing no regular high school guys. Where Gelo and Zoe played the high school route. That's why Melo is so much better, because he got so much more experience. Because I said, whoa, this is better. This is a better road right here if we do this. And so that's why he's prepared to come over here and be successful playing against grown men. He's already did that.
So at this point in Lamelo's NBL career, right, what is the thing that stands out most to you as far as the skill that he excels most at?
What stands out the most, I've seen him at his best. So however a coach really believes in my son, that's when the whole world's going to get to see it from a different eye, like, wow, I've been watching him play like this, so nothing surprises me. He wouldn't be that special, or none of my boys would be special. If they ever all get on the same team, you guys will see something out that's amazing. On the fact, the last time my three boys were together, they was babies, and they went undefeated in high school with all these grown so-called teenagers. My boys were just babies. So I want to see all three of them together as grown men. That's going to be a sight to see. They'll play the speed of the game that you have never seen before.
So Melo is in the frame to be that number one pick, that number one overall.
He's going to be the number one pick.
So there are four guys who are probably in there.
Guys, and they all good. But when you come down to this is entertainment. This is entertainment. The bottom line is this is entertainment. Usually going to take the most popular guy, and you're going to take the best guard. Melo's both of them.
But if a team needs a big, James Wiseman just dropped out of Memphis today.
Right.
You know, if a team needs a big, he's super athletic, he's really talented.
Okay.
You have that. If they need a wing, Anthony Edwards is there. Cole Anthony's another guard who I think can go toe-to-toe with Melo.
And I'm going to tell you, go toe-to-toe with a one-on-one, you can do what you want. But ain't none of them known like Melo. You got to I'm going to tell you what, if you're an owner and you get a guy, he better put somebody in them seats. Now, you look at the big picture, which comes down to that money thing. Nobody's like Melo. He worldwide. They know you go anywhere. You can go to Moscow, Germany, Shanghai. He been all those places. And you say Melo? Go over there and say any of those other guys, see if they respond. That's why there's a difference. Melo goes to every place and sells it out. Breaking attendance records left and right. It ain't by accident. There's something special about this kid. And you guys, I've been knowing it since he's been a baby. And so now you guys are getting to see it. And the proof is in the pudding. I don't see no team that has a chance to get Melo to say, you know what? We got a young, up-and-coming star that's talented as heck that can do something special for us. I'm going to put all my marbles in for this guy. And he put people in the seats, I'm getting him first, even if I trade for Wiseman and 10 other guys.
So I was at that Sydney game, right?
Yes.
The one that broke the NBL record.
Exactly.
Most ever at an NBL game, right?
Yes.
Lamelo does have his deficiencies, right?
Yes.
Defensively, he's not there yet. He's shooting the ball. He's struggling a lot, right?
How you call that struggling? It's just playing basketball. Just when you want to fine tune on things, that's fine.
He's shooting less than 40% from the field.
You can shoot 10% from the field, but if you keep making the game winner, who cares?
I mean, I got to say though that he's shooting 25% from downtown. They're 3-11. They're not winning.
Let me ask you a question.
Go on.
Would you want a guy who shoots 60%? 60% from the field all the time? Or would you want a guy who shoots 10%, he keeps making the game winner? Which one you want? I'm asking you. Talk to me.
I mean,
which one would you want?
I mean, are we assuming this dude's shooting 60% don't win?
60% and you're not winning, but you're shooting six out of 10 every game. You're doing good.
I mean, I want
but you got this one guy who's shooting 10%, but every time the last game, everybody on their feet like, ooh, that 10% it might go in. Tell me which guy you want.
I mean, I want the winner.
Exactly.
But the Hawks are 3-11.
That's all it is.
The Hawks are 3-11 is all I'm saying.
Okay, but who's the most watched team out of the NBL?
Probably the Hawks.
I rest my case. You're an entertainer. You're an entertainer. But I'm just saying, you can always break it down to the percentages and all that. Some games you shoot good, but it'll catch up with you. Some games you shoot bad. But if you worry about the percentage, whether you're going to take that shot or not, that's the confidence you got to have. Because when a shot goes up, two things going to happen. Either you're going to be the zero or the hero. And if you know how to handle that, you're fine.
Do you think that's one of Lamelo's biggest strengths, the fact that he's been in the spotlight for so long? So
been in the spotlight since he's been a baby, it doesn't bother him. Because you're going to have people talk about you when you, if you're winning and missing all these shots, nobody going to say nothing. But if you're losing and missing all these shots, people going to critique. And then you have a good game, triple double. Oh, he took a lot of shots. And some of the shots, he's trying to come back at the end, and you're missing all these shots. Or you be in a rhythm, and the coach says, okay, sit down for these next 4 minutes, and then you get out of that rhythm.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, the more everybody's saying Melo's getting better, what's happening is the coaches believe in him. He's on the court more. So you have a better chance of winning because one of your best players is on the court for the longest. You used to believe in Aaron Brooks like that. But now you're letting the young buck break loose and do what he does, and it's more successful that way. But who relies on an American kid that's 18 years old? They don't come over here like that because they had this program before. But nobody's had the success of Melo on the fact that you're not set up like that.
Last question on Melo. He's got a foot injury currently.
Yes.
Has there been any talk about shutting it down?
No, there's never talk about my son shutting it down. My thing is this. I've been breeding my boys from day one to play like killers. What I mean like that, if your finger broke, play. If you broke right hand, play left-handed. If you can hobble a little bit, that's good. Just take the ball out and box out on rebounds. So he wants to play right now, but he's not 100%. And I've been priming him like this since he's been a baby. And now it's time for me to say, no, son, this is for your career now. Don't say you all right and just go out there. You got to be 100%. You can't be 80%. Like, nah, I'm good. Because he's been telling me I'm good all the time, and you be limping, and you can't move, you can't practice. But you out there limping and doing what you can because you want to play the game so bad. And now, after years of training him like that, to all of a sudden say, hey, don't do it, son. So here's my thing, what people like to say. Just because he's injured don't mean he's going to shut it down. Let's say the injury takes 2 weeks and he's 100%, he's good to go. But if it takes 8 weeks and he's not 100%, don't go out there like, hey, I'm trying to show everybody I can still play. It's a different way of doing it now, on the fact that all eyes on you, and you're more for the career, the long haul. It's not no more like, I used to say people that don't play hurt are just wimps. Because you could do some other things in the game. And I've always, that's why my middle son, Gelo, played on a messed up ankle, finally had surgery, but he played on it for 8 years. On a messed up, on 1 foot, outscoring everybody. Now he's on 2 feet, so I can't wait for him to try out for these teams and let him be seen. All 3 of my boys is #1 picks.
So speaking of Gelo,
Yes.
right, when Aaron Brooks went down, I
Yes.
heard whispers that there was maybe a little push from you guys to maybe try and get Gelo onto the
I
Hawks.
said, if you want to start winning, get Gelo. That's what I said. But you know, other people were like, don't mess up what Melo got going on over there. I said, that would be the best thing because Gelo would be a perfect fit. You got your brother playing with you. Them two together ain't gonna lose.
How did the Hawks react to that?
I don't think they reacted the way they should. That would have been the best thing. You know how many people would have come to see the ball boys play together? So it was a win-win for everybody. But I don't think other guys were pushing it that way, where they would probably think it's looking like Big Baller's bullyish now. Got his other son over here.
Sure.
Now there's another thing to say, wow, Melo only passes to his brother. That could be the thing.
Okay.
So there's so many things that could go wrong on the outside, but you would win. And now it's just the Lamelo and LiAngelo show.
Let's talk about Big Baller brand.
Yes.
Now, it's gone through some ups and downs recently.
No, we ain't got no ups and downs. We all up. But like I said, in any business, you're gonna have some little peaks and valleys, and you know, so people say, you know what, the Big Baller brand is still successful. That's something that I came into the league with our own brand. That's what I'm trying to tell my boys about ownership. So the brand is good. We're about to relaunch, and we learn as we go. But it's never been like, it's not a down where it says, oh, I need some money. Oh, the business is doing bad. We finna, That's what the media says. Oh, Big Baller brand is shut down. They can't shut it down unless I shut it down.
But you're still going through this volatility of having someone like Alan Foster.
Alan Foster, what are you gonna do? Everything that he's done is been false, fake. It's just like the documents that's been signed. They're gonna find out that he forged a lot of stuff. And so therefore, I'm still gonna go forward. That's why we're having a pop-up shop out here in Australia. He don't stop nothing. His last name is Foster. So originally, we are a family brand. I try to help him out by bringing him into the family. And that's why I don't worry about the things that he say and all of the childish thing that he does. Because what's going to hit him hard is he going to look back and say, man, I was with that guy as time goes by. Because you can't be family. He didn't have no family. He didn't have nothing. But I make this guy, bring him in like a brother. He thought his name was Alan Ball. And see, but that's going to hurt him more than me talking bad about him and stuff like that. He going to sit in the room one day and be like, man, I was with that family, and you can't beat that. So he's going to hurt a lot.
But it is a weird situation that you brought him in, knowing full well his history, right? But even
I didn't even know his history on the fact that I'm from LA South Central. So I take people on face value. I don't do no background check and all that. If you're good to me and you seem nice, I'm going to give you a shot. And here's the thing. I'm going to be nice to you until you do something bad to me. And then I'm going to react to that. And that's all that happens. So it's not a big deal. It ain't like I knew him for 10 and 12 years.
Sure.
You know, I met him when Lonzo was in junior high. And the next time I saw him was when Lonzo was about to go to UCLA. So that's a long stretch. But then you kind of look back at things and say, oh, that's why he tried to come into the picture.
So, I mean, and it's something we're seeing now. You know, I went to the original Big Baller Brand website.
Right.
You click on that logo, where does it take you? Alan Foster
Takes
website.
you Alan Foster, yeah.
And if you click on shop, he's selling Gelo, a pair of Gelo shoes for $1,200.
Yeah.
You're selling Melos as well. How does it, do you feel guilty at all?
Guilty of what?
The fact that you allowed this guy into your kids' lives.
I don't feel guilty at all.
He's trying to profit off.
I don't feel guilty at all. You can profit of so much stuff he didn't took or whatever. Okay, we relaunching. We're going to we're going to have a new site. So you can go to that and try to sell that stuff. After a while, you sell it all up. Then what? It's fake. Nobody wants it because we got our own thing going on with the Big Baller brand and the original stuff, and that's what we're doing. So all the old stuff that you took, do it best. How long you can hang on? It's not true. It's not you. Go to your site. You're not Big Baller. So the fake stuff's gonna fall out. That's why I'm not even worried about that. And I'm not. My boys are not wanting for anything. They're not hurting. So when people try to say, "Oh my God," they don't feel good about it. No, they don't stop them from playing basketball. They don't stop us from being family. So the little dent he did, it didn't do nothing. It didn't do anything.
So you're going through a rebrand now with Big Baller
Yes.
brand. You're relaunching. What does that relaunch look like?
The relaunch is looking great, man. On the fact that I was being successful with a Rudy Poo. So now I got some other guys that's doing other things, staying in their lane. That's gonna make us even bigger and better. And that's what I'm looking forward to. So the way I look at this is, in order for us to go forward, the Lord said, you know what, you got to get this guy out the way, and then you're gonna launch even bigger. And that's what's happening. So I feel great about this, man.
Now he throws it ahead. Lonzo Ball running the floor and the finish.
So this is who he is. He's not a superstar and he's not a star. To me, he's a bust. And it seems like Lonzo has plateaued.
Unforced error.
Lonzo's not been great this season. I expected a lot more from Lonzo Ball.
Let's talk about Lonzo, right? What have you made so far of his start with the Pelicans and the way he's performed? Obviously, the team's not great. What do you make of his performances so far?
His performances, you're going to get what you get out of it. If you really believe in Lonzo, you got to let him go. You can't spot play him. You got to give him, you give him 40 minutes, you're going to win games. A lot of games. On the fact that I've trained my boys to play the whole game. So now you got the best player with his hand on the game the whole time. So he's not going to let it get away. But if you start him and then before the second half, take him out for 6 minutes, and start him again and take him out, that's how you're going to get injured because he's going 100 miles an hour, stop, 100 miles an hour, stop. Now little things, But if you just let him float through, you ain't going to have no problem. And then at the end of the game, it shows that you don't have any faith in him when you don't let him finish the game. So what I'm saying is, playing 40 minutes, and you believe in him, you're going to do your thing. Now, what they're trying is we're going to have a better flow if we bring him off the bench. You're not going to get the best out of my son because he's not starting the game. He's been starting all his life. And now you're trying to make him a role player. He's not a role player. None of my boys are role players. They're superstars. And that's how you got to treat them. Something special, let them do what they do, you're going to get them wins. That's why I said if they ever get on the same team, you're going to see the speed of the game change and they're going to be very successful.
So you say that, but do you think, and I know you hype Lonzo up a lot coming into the
I don't
league.
hype him up. It's just he is what he is.
You said he was better than Steph Curry.
Yes, why not?
That's hyping someone up.
Huh?
That's hyping someone up,
right?
right?
Telling you the truth. I trained my son. I didn't train Steph Curry. I don't know what Steph Curry's about. I know my son bigger and stronger and faster, the way I trained him. So that's why I'm going to have faith in my product before I say somebody else is better than my son.
So then why doesn't he play 40 minutes a game if he's better than Steph Curry?
That's what the coach won't allow that. Let me coach. He'll play over 40 minutes a game.
Do you have any issues with the fact that sometimes he's coming off the bench behind Nickeil Alexander-Walker? He's sometimes the third point guard off the bench.
Sure, he's sometimes the third person. Like I said, any coming off the bench, you don't know what my son's about. If you don't believe in that, it is what it is. Now here's what the scenario is. You get the first pick, you get Zion, that's your dude.
Yeah.
That's how your mind is set. Oh, shoot, if Lonzo playing with him, it's going to be awesome. Zion not playing. Oh, guess Lonzo ain't going to be that awesome. Nobody runs the lane that fast. There's two people that run the lane every single time. That's Melo and Gelo. And you put zone that, he's going to throw a lot of long passes that you guys see once in a blue moon. He's going to attack the rim a lot. Because if you're worried about the wings, you can go right past the 4 and the 5 man. A lot. But if you got people jogging down and waiting for the ball and got to handle it, you can't play that speed of the game like that. And that's you just got to be in the right system, in the right frame of mind where the coach got to be like, you know what? I'm going to let you go ahead and do it. I'm going to play you till you fall dead.
So in the preseason, we saw Lonzo and Zion. There's a nice partnership between those two.
It was okay.
Do you think it'd be a good thing for the Pelicans to be a little bit patient and to wait for those two to kind of grow up together? Because they would complement each other.
They complement each other. I mean, here's the thing, man. You don't know what they're thinking upstairs. And until you do and get a great relationship with that, where they believe in something, that's when you're going to be successful. Because I don't care how good you are, if that coach don't believe in you, like he should, you're not going to be that. You're going to be okay, and that's where Lonzo's at. He hasn't ran into a coach yet to say, you know what? Here's the keys. Every time he played for me, successful. Chino Hills, coach believed in him, very successful. UCLA, Steve said, you know what? Go ahead, Lavar, let him do what he do. Very successful. Now, when you get to the league and they don't believe in you like that, it's the same thing. This is probably before your time, man. The Lakers had Norm Nixon. They brought in Pat Riley, who was upstairs doing some video media stuff like you. And say, man, you the coach. Coach Magic. I believe in Magic. But wear a nice suit, slick your hair back, guess what? We finna start winning. But he believed in Magic like that. And that's what happened. The Bulls, they weren't doing too good until Phil Jackson came in there and said, oh, Michael Jordan, I'm going to call this new thing called the Zen. You know what the Zen is in real life? Y'all figure it out. I'm just going to sit here and act like I know what I'm doing. And he's one of the best coaches ever. Because how do you coach superstars like that? You just let them do what they do. But every time a coach is good, they have to believe in you. Before Steph Curry and Klay Thompson was the guy, Mark Jackson said, I got the best 2 shooters in the world. He created those guys. He created, who gonna let Draymond Green play? You too small. But if you have somebody believe in you and let you run loose like that, guess what? You're successful. Now Kerr coming in and say, I coach him. I try to tell him I coach him. How do you coach that? You don't. You let them do what they do. And hopefully the chemistry, sometimes the chemistry between players are a lot better than the best players together.
So is that the ultimate dream for you, to have Zoe, Gelo, Melo on the same team? And is it you as head coach?
Somebody's going to let that happen. And when it does, it's going to be very, very special on the fact that folks are going to be like, man, they changed their game. They changed the game. Them 3 together is going to play at warp speed. I had a JBA. Yeah. Okay, we played with pro rules. Melo scoring, 30, 40 points. We won the first 2 games. And then the second 2 games we lost. But he had triple doubles, scored a lot of points. 2 losses for me is like murder. Like, man, y'all suck. I said, I got to go get Gelo. Gelo, come play in the JBA with your brother. You need help because these other guys ain't doing it. Brought Gelo to the team. We started averaging 160. But, the ball boy's taking 50 and 60 shots. Yep, but we ain't lost the game.
I mean, the JBA is not the NBA.
The JBA is not the NBA, but it's basketball. It's basketball, and that's what people like to say. If you can play basketball, you play basketball. What I'm saying is those two together, just with two of them, three of them, I guarantee you they can score probably 40 a quarter, 40-something plus a quarter playing that fast. You got 12 minutes. They're not going to get tired. They're not going to get tired. So you guys are being shocked like, what the heck? I went overseas and played in the JBA, and we playing all these overseas teams. And they said, we pressing the whole game, throwing these fast passes. I was like, I can beat every team over here on the fact that you play so slow. So you're going to tap out at 100 points. You might get 110, but you're never going to make it to 130. And that's where we go in every game. We might go on a run where you guys be shooting the lights out the ball and you up by 20. But if we playing like that the whole time, we're going to catch it. Because we're never going to be out of our element on the fact that we're going to be playing so fast in the beginning, playing so fast in the end. So you're going to get tired. And when you do, that's when we're going to jump and win. And we were winning every game over there. And they wanted to beat us so bad because we had USA on us. And I told them we can't be beat.
So you guided Lonzo through his path to becoming a professional, did the same for Gelo, did the same for Lamelo.
Yes.
What did you learn from the path that you took guiding Lonzo that you brought over to the way you did it with Gelo, and then now the way you've done it with Melo? Like what kind of experiences did you go through?
Here's the experience that
made
I did.
It better each time.
Okay, this is where I looked at, and all of from a chain of events, and I start looking at things differently. A lot of times, like the Ricky Rubios and the Tony Parkers, these guys are over here in Europe playing professional ball at 14, 15 years old, 16 years old. So they're getting all this. I'm like, damn, they're not going to school. They're spending all their time doing that. So we haven't picked that up yet because we go through school, go through college, and then go. So then I said, you know what? I'm going to reverse this. I'm going to go over there in Europe, take my boys out of high school and go over there. Now they practicing 24/7 just basketball, basketball, basketball. So you're going to get way better like Gelo and Melo got playing against grown men over in Europe as opposed to going the high school route and playing these little players that's only in high school. So you pick up that mode where you like, let's say you want to be a chemist and you're 13 years old and they take you out of school where you're doing no more PE and no more other stuff and you all up in this lab. You're going to become the best chemist in the world. They ain't going to say nothing about that. But when it comes to athletics, they're going to be like, uh-oh. But they have so much success when all the young kids are playing professional and they go through this stage over here in Europe. And now I reversed that and did my sons that way. And that's why Melo is like that guy now. But he's worldly. He's already been around the world. So it's not a culture shock to him. And you have to go in some situations where you're like, wow, I thought this was going to be a little better. It's a little dire. But if you're a superstar in high school and then you come over here and you're coming off the bench or you don't have your friends talking to you and going to the movies, can you still perform at that high level? And sometimes you have to wait your turn because they're going to keep saying, we're teaching you how to have a professional attitude. What is a professional attitude?
So we saw a lot of that, the fact that Lamelo's been a professional. He went to a Foot Locker not long ago.
Yes.
Right? The crowds were crazy.
Yes.
They were wild. But it's the sort
We've
of thing.
already had those crowds in the Big Baller brand. That's why he's
for sure.
nothing new.
But it's a lot to take in for an 18-year-old.
Why? It's a lot to take in for the 18-year-old off the street that ain't nobody. But if you've already been doing this and you've already been in the limelight, what is it to you? It's normal.
But it is the sort of thing where he can't have, what a lot of people would consider a normal life. He can't.
He does
it's
have
hard
a
to
normal
develop
life to
normal
him.
relationships.
Okay. What normal relationship do you want him to have?
I mean, just any time where you would encounter anyone and just assume that this person likes you for you, not because of what you are.
Well,
right?
that's normal. That's normal.
It's totally normal. But do you have any, not regrets, but do you feel a little bit sorry for Melo that he didn't have
I don't feel sorry for Melo at all. Let me ask you this.
childhood?
He had the perfect childhood. Melo's had the perfect childhood. What do you call not the perfect childhood? Okay, let me ask you this. Do you consider his childhood not being loved by his family, being around your brothers all the time, being well taken care of? You can have anything you want, and you're playing something that you have a passion for life. Where's the not perfect life for that? Where is it like, you like, what, do you need him to go to a party? And guess what? You have enough family, you can make your own party.
Yeah.
And here's the thing like that, you never know how people are going to treat you left and right, but you want to come out with the right attitude where everybody treats you right. But you got to understand, in the long run, you really don't know people like that. As you can tell in the situation that I brought in Alan as a friend and family, and if that guy can get close and turn like that, anybody can. So you just have to go with that though. So as long as you're true to yourself and don't let people guide you in doing things that you don't want to do, he's had the perfect childhood. The perfect childhood. Why? He's not introverted. He's not like, one of the things the media likes to say is, well, he's over there in Australia, he's not with his dad, he doesn't want all the cameras around him. No, he loves all the cameras around him. He wants all the attention. He's always been like that. And when you entertain it, don't be this good at basketball and don't be getting your teeth fixed so you can smile and all that and let your hair all down and come with a different fashion. If you don't want nobody looking at you, just be boring, just what you are, and go like that. But the media likes to say, it's too much drama, too much stuff around him. No, there's too much stuff around you when you start doing silly things. But as long as you focus on your craft and that's what you want to do in life, he's fine. There's no, oh, he didn't get to go to the prom. Oh, he didn't go to the movies. He got a lot of his friends who went to the prom and the movies and they don't drive no Ferraris and G-Wagons like him. Because I told my sons this, you're going to bust your ass, whether it be in the beginning or the end. If you child and playing around, having all this fun, you're going to bust your ass to make ends meet. Or you can run these hills, run these lines, shoot these jumpers, lift these weights, work hard, doing this training with me, and look where you're at.
One last question,
Yes.
if I may. Tina has gone through her health struggles, obviously,
Yes.
but she still remains this rock in this entire
solid.
family.
Yes.
Right?
Solid.
And it's the sort of thing that as many cameras there are, as much volatility as there is around the brand, everyone still has that sort of through line, which is through Tina. Can you talk a little bit just about how much she means to the family and keeping everyone as grounded as it can be?
But here, it's not even about, see, here's the thing. The story sounds good. Oh, Tina's a hard rock. She keeps us grounded. Tina wild as I don't know what. She the perfect woman for me, though. And it's not like, okay, Tina's going to keep us all together. We all going to keep ourselves together anyway because we family. That's how we roll. But Tina is, let me put it to you this way, man. Whatever I do, right or wrong, that girl with me. And I ain't going to never leave that girl on the fact that she hard like me. Y'all lucky. She talk worse than me. You lucky, I'm telling you. She's a piece of work, but I love her to death, and I couldn't have did none of this stuff without a woman like that. On the fact that she's so strong, she's not very sensitive. Let me give you a little story like this. The boys would do good in a game as they were younger, and the regular mom, because the motherly instinct comes out, you get knocked down. Let's say Melo's kindergarten, and we playing 6th graders, 8th graders, but she can't be like Melo gets knocked down. Oh my baby. Or we lose a game and the boys score 30, 40 points and I'm yelling at them like, man, you should have scored 41. That's why we lost. They can't go and the mom be like, oh, your dad's a little hard, but she did great. She like, man, I told you should have had 42. You should have went around that boy and you would have had a good one. But that's how she been all her life. She's not one of them. And it was always a family outing. She played basketball. She's an athlete. So me and her go together like this. So we were able to spend all these years with the boys, and it was just a family outing. But if she don't play basketball and not tough like I am, after a while, you can't go to the gym every weekend and be like, man, I need a break. I got to spend some time with the girls or something. We have no girls and all boys. And she was just rock hard like that. But we worked together where she was a school teacher, so she handles the school work, and I handle the sports and discipline. So I would always be like, well, Tina, they in the 3rd grade and we playing 8th graders, get your study game up. But they was all 4.0 students on the way that she made them do their projects early. And just, that's why they are what they are. It's a mixture of me and Tina. But like I said, she's getting better every time. And like I told her, I'd rather you be broken down like this and spend all the time with me than being healthy as heck and have to work every day and you don't get whatever you want. You're just trying to do things. So the best thing for Tina when she first started, I said, you ain't gonna do nothing but get better. You ain't got nothing but time. So you're gonna always be with me, I'm gonna be with you. you don't have to look back at it because there's somebody that's worse off. So don't feel bad about yourself. You move slow. Can't get words out, but you can get I love you out, and you can move at a pace to get there. If you was bed stricken and you can't remember who your boys are, that would be bad. But this right here, you fine. And she getting better every day. And you can really tell when she goes to a game and start complaining about the score, the referee. I was like, I thought you couldn't talk. That's a foul. You saw it. You saw it. I said, wow, Tina, you're just getting better. But it's fun that we can do it as a family and grow like this. Like even a reality show, people keep thinking, that's how we are. So sometimes if you got the camera on me with the reality, you're going to get the good stuff and you're going to get the bad stuff. I'm never going to fake it and be like I'm acting on this. So if there are cameras in my face, you might catch me saying something good about the boys. And then you might catch me saying something bad about the boys, but I'm never going to bite my tongue and be like, oh, I can't say that on camera. I'm just going to give it to you how it is. And if you happen to catch me like that, oh well. But I don't have nothing to hide. You're not going to have no things where you're like, oh, he out there drinking and smoking and clubbing and doing all this wild stuff. No, you're not going to get that.
And there you have it, guys. He even talks about Tina. We've been wanting to update on Tina. This interview was a gold mine. And of course, the haters, bring them out, bring them out. In the comment section below, let us know all the things you hate. Big Baller Brand is back, he said. And he didn't just say it, he showed it. He talked about the dirty things that Allen's doing. He talked about the merch. Everybody that has something to say and say, oh wait, the paperwork, the court work. You didn't think a con man would mess with the paperwork, is what Lavar says. Built for this. Stay in your lane. Y'all know what we do here at Ball Facts. We gotta keep it real. I gotta give you the facts. So for the supporters and the haters, welcome. Everyone, welcome. All right, guys. Y'all know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ball Facts again. Peace.